Hello. Hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Oh, you can see Bun Bun. Can you guys hear me? Oh, did you guys see that orb? What was that? Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for everyone's birthday wishes to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hi, Eve. Hi, Bianca. Can you guys hear me okay? Thank you. I feel like wearing red lipstick is a bad idea with my braces. I hope I don't get red lipstick on my teeth, on my braces. It's so awkward. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, good. You can see Bunny. Mama, do you want to say hi to everybody? Come. Hey, Saj, FMB. Hey, Holly. Thank you. Thank you. I bought this new shirt. I felt like I was in the festive spirit. Thank you, guys. Oh, look at that. 3131. Thank you. Thank you, Shar. Thank you, everybody. We're just gonna hang out and talk. I'll probably share a little bit about my my shadow work that I just did, that I'm still pretty much kind of doing. Thank you so much, Joyce. Thank you. Oh, I actually have, because a bunch of you have been asking me about an Amazon wish list. So I have an Amazon wish list. I have it linked on every one of my videos. Hey, Patrick. So I have an Amazon wish list now. I don't know if someone can find it. It's like on the last little portion of the description box in every video, because everyone's been asking. So thank you for the birthday wishes. How was your nap, Patrick? So yeah, I'll talk about my shadow work. I'm gonna do a little reading as well. I was gonna do like a personal reading to me, but honestly, I can't read to myself. For the life of me, I can't. I get blocked out. I'm biased. Sometimes if I see a card I don't like, I put it back and then I shuffle again. Like, I'm horrible when it comes to reading myself. So yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna read it for me. I'll probably read for me / the collective, and then see if it needs to resonate with me. Yes, Mama. Wait, are you uncomfortable? I had cupcakes, so I requested cupcakes instead of cake, and it was really delicious. Oh, your head hurts, but the nap was fine. I feel like I can't take naps anymore. I really can't, because every time I wake up from the nap, I'm like, my body hurts, my head hurts, I'm groggy. I'm getting old. I'm getting old. Hi, Sandra. Love you, honey. It's been a while I haven't seen you. Reading for yourself is difficult. It really, really is. I can't read to myself. I can't. I have to go to a reader. It's really hard to find a good reader. Luckily, I have a lot of reader friends now, so I take full advantage of that in a good way. So I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, cupcakes were really, really delicious. It was just like vanilla, plain, with what is that called? Butter? What is that called? What's the topping called? Buttersquash? Not buttersquash. Ew. Imagine buttersquash on your cupcake. You know what I mean? Butterscotch? I think it's called buttercream. Thank you, buttercream. Yeah, shadow work is a lot of work. What's her name? Oh, why am I so forgetful? See, my anxiety, I had a lot of anxiety and depression in the shadow work that I did. And when I get anxious, I'm very forgetful when I'm in my anxiety. Oh my god, what's her name? This is horrible. I can't remember her name. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, it's gonna bug me now. Anyway, I will post her because I posted her before, and she made a video recently talking about love and light is not enough. She is a reader. Yeah, she's mostly a channeler. She doesn't use cards. Love and light is not enough. And in the beginning, I was all love and light, love and light, love and light, and I stumbled. Actually, I fell. I fell into the darkness, and they said, you gotta heal. You can't heal in the light, you have to heal in the darkness. So this is why love and light is not enough, and this is why I talk about the darkness, which is not evil. Darkness does not equate to evil. Like my black candles are not evil. So a lot of people still equate darkness with evil, and it's just, you just want to like, come on people, like you have to get this by now. It's you. It's part of you. So, Patrick, are you sending me pictures of me? Did I do something? But you know what I mean? You have to go in the dark. You have to. I've even been noticing things about my voice, so you'll see me fluctuating between high and low. My throat has been cleansing, releasing. I'm no longer talking in that higher tone anymore, like I used to, that squeaky like tone. Even though that was my voice and it was part of me, I'm now having a more mature voice, and because it's just my growth. So you'll see my voice start to change, and it's something that I actually noticed right off the bat as soon as I finished, well, almost complete the shadow work. You want to sit here? You want to come to me again? Come closer. Come here. Come closer. Yeah. You sniffing me? Yeah. No more cake. Bunny ate cake too. Now you're back? Okay. I can't tell where she's like comfortable. You look uncomfortable. It's my baby. She's a Pisces. March 13th is her birthday. And you want to read some comments? Yeah, when you peel onions, your fingers are going to smell like it for a bit. Yep. Thank you so much, Miss Marissa. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, Benny's birthday is in March. She's a Pisces. And I got my wine. I can't believe I haven't taken a sip yet. My wine. I've been drinking since 5 o'clock, just a couple of hours ago. I know. So there's a reason why I called her Bunny, is because she used to hop when she was a little baby. She couldn't exactly walk properly, so she would hop. And so I immediately called her Bunny. I said, oh, that's Bunny right there. Yeah. And we get a lot of visits from rabbits, and she loves to play with them, so. Tears has a little R right there. My friend made me this glass for her bachelorette. Yeah, actually, I'm on the 13th, Bunny's on the 13th, and my brother's on the 13th. Hi, April. Hi, April. April's one of my soul sisters, one of my amazing friends. Yeah, so we have 3 people in our family that are on the 13th. So, something about that. I'm gonna read. I'm gonna do some readings. What is it? Thank you for the kisses. Alright, I'm gonna start with some runes. In just a little bit. I'm just gonna hold them. Oh, look at her. So sweet. 444. So, my shadow work was really unexpected. There were a lot of things very unexpected leading up to the shadow work, and then during the shadow work. It was extremely unexpected. I am drinking, this is a winery in Ontario. That's all I have left. Oh, I had it open yesterday. It's Pinot Noir. So I'll share, because I do share what I've been through, just because I know it'll help people. And I've slowly opened up myself to my close soul sisters, my best friends, about what I've been through. Because I'm one of those people, and my dad will attest to this. Don't lick your rash. She has a rash there. Don't lick it. It's like getting so dry, and then she'll lick it more and it'll irritate more. So I've been putting coconut oil on it, and then she'll lick the coconut oil because it tastes good. And then it's like a vicious cycle. So if you catch her licking, you have to remind me, or else she'll be put on the cone, and I don't want her to wear the cone. I feel so bad. What was I saying? Yeah, so I'm one of those people where I don't like to share what I've gone through with like my closest friends, even like my parents, my family. I remember when I was young, there was one incident where this guy was hitting on me. I think I was like 17, 18 years old. He was a guy close to my age. And he actually found out where I lived through like a high school friend or whatever. So he like came over, but I never gave him my address or anything like that. And my dad opened the door, and he was like, "Who's this guy?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm here to see Reem, blah blah blah." And I'm 17. I think I was maybe 16 or 17. I was not allowed to date. I didn't date in high school whatsoever, because your dad says no, don't do it. So I grew up like that. I'm a daddy's girl. So I went to the door, and I was so surprised to see him there. And you can see like my face went so red, and my dad looked at me, and he was just like, "No boys allowed in the house. Why did you give him the address? Blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Dad, I'm telling you, I did not give this guy my address." And he was like, "Okay, well then how did you find out?" And I said, "I'm not sure. Probably from another, like, I don't know. Maybe he followed me home. Maybe some guy told him at my high school, like one of my friends. Like, I don't know. He was asking around about me." And my dad was like, "Okay, I'm going to go talk to him." And I was like, no, I'll talk to him. And so I dealt with it. And he never came back. He never bothered me. And so, like, I've always been the kind of person to always deal with my problems myself. I had an eating disorder from the age of 13. It started to the age of 21. And my dad, it got really bad at one point where at the age of, a lot of bad things happened when I was like 17, 18. I think it was at the age of 18, my dad called my dad called an eating disorder clinic, and they said, you need to come and pick up my daughter. And they're like, okay, sir, like, we can come over if this is an emergency. Is she suicidal? Like, we can go and pick her up. And my dad was like, you know, trying to answer the questions as best to his knowledge that he could. And then they asked him, oh, how old is she? And he's like, oh, she's 18. And they're like, well, we can't pick her up because she's technically an adult. We can't pick her up unless she says so. And I looked at him and I'm like, I will fix this myself. Like, I will deal with this myself. And I did. It took me a long time. It took me about 3-4 years on my own. Lots of ups, lots of downs. Lots of relapses, lots of depression, just a lot of issues came up, but I dealt with it with myself, only myself. So like I bottled a lot of that in, but my dad was always the one that, you know, saw that I was the one that only dealt with things myself. And then my friends started to see that, okay, she only deals with things herself. And I started to realize how lonely that road was. Do you know what I mean? Like always dealing with things yourself. Not telling people what you've been through. Holding it all in. Afraid of people judging you. You know what the worst is? I don't want people feeling bad for me. I don't want people feeling like they have to give me pity. And I think that's also one of the main reasons why I don't tell people, is because I don't want people to like, oh, I feel so bad for her, you know, like I don't want that. So I grew up really strong-headed, and I just realized, like, in this shadow work, just how lonely it was, and that I really did feel alone, that I didn't tell people. So then I messaged one of my girlfriends. I was just like, I'm in a really dark place. I'm going to tell you what happened. And I just like blurted it out like bird vomit. And she was like, oh. She was like, God bless her. She was just like, oh, okay. This is really heavy stuff. Do you want to call me? And I was just like, no, not really. I just wanted you to know. And she's like, okay, well, if you ever want to talk about it again, just let me know. And I was like, okay. That was it. I just needed someone to know what I was going through that was really, really close to me. But that's how I told her. I was just like, I'm just gonna tell you something, and it was just like over text, because I was just like what I was comfortable with. I wasn't comfortable yet being so vulnerable to someone close. So it was just like, it was really, really difficult. But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I didn't have this channel, if I didn't have this outlet, if I didn't have you. Oh no, I don't want to get emotional. Oh no. If there is a tear that wants to come out, go back inside. I'm not crying on my birthday. Even though I can, I'm allowed. I want to. I cried way too much in my shadow work. But you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't have been so open and vulnerable to my friend if I didn't have this outlet. So, just, I really want to say thank you to everybody on here. I love you guys so much. Like, I really, really do. Okay, maybe we'll allow, like, one tear. Maybe one. Maybe one. I really love you guys. So thank you for giving me this space. Thank you for giving me this platform to be me and to like allow myself to just be open. So, all right, that's it. That's it. Those are the only allowed tears. Okay. Oh, I know they're cleansing. I know, but you know what? I've already cried, and I don't want to cry. So we're gonna put that tear away. Thank you. I'd rather laugh on my birthday. Thank you. I'd rather laugh. So, thank you. to everybody. So that was my shadow work, and you know, I guess the end result, but it got triggered because I got my heart broken. That was like the trigger. It was just like one little thing, just like triggered it, and then it just erupted into this like volcanic shadow. It was the main shadow. It was the shadow that drove all the darkness inside of me. And I don't mean like evil or anything malicious, but it was just everything dark that is held within me just came up to the surface. All because of one little heartbreak. It was just like, bing! It was just like the needle that pricked the shadow, and the shadow just like woke up and was like, oh hell, here we go. And then I was like describing it to Cindy, and I was talking to Russ and Rob, because I was not messaging anybody. I was not even talking to my best friends. I wasn't talking to Rob, to Cindy, I wasn't even talking to Patrick, my morning medicine. We weren't talking. I love you, April. I love you so much. I wasn't talking to anybody for like a month, a little bit more than that, and so the messages started to come in. Hey, are you okay? Hey, are you okay? And I started to explain it as like my healing up to that point was pretty deep. Like, it was deep healing, but I felt like it was only looking at things on the tip of the iceberg. This shadow work really brought me to see the depth of the iceberg. Everything below started to just really come up to the surface. And when it came up, it was ruthless. It was really chaotic. It was messy. I was messy. I didn't eat. For about a week, I was really not hungry. I was anxious. I was crying every day. And my anxiety manifests into physical symptoms. So I had like bruising on my leg. I had a lot of pains in my body, as if like I got hit by a truck. Like, it wasn't just like emotional pain and mental pain. It was like physical pain, because my anxiety is manifests physically, which a lot of people do as well. So what I'm really grateful for, and what this shadow work has really taught me, is gratitude. And we talk about gratitude, but do we practice gratitude? And this is something that I started to think about myself. Like, was I really practicing gratitude? Like, I say, that I'm grateful and all these things, but did I actually practice gratitude with my family, with my friends, with myself, with my body, with spirit, with the universe, with the earth? And I don't think I have. And I started to like be really honest with myself. 422, that's Archangel Raphael. That's Archangel Raph. Hey Raph, Archangel Raphael. So I started to be really, really honest with myself, this shadow work. And it taught me not to judge others. And I try my best not to judge other people, especially because of, what I've gone through, and, my fear of not talking to other people, because my fear of, people feeling sorry for me and judging me. But I actually learned a lot, not to judge other people. Grateful for my friends, grateful for my family, showing up more, being consistent. And the reason why I was so inconsistent with my friends and my family was because I wasn't consistent with myself. So I showed a lot of inconsistencies to myself, and that was something that I've always recognized with me. I would start something and never finish. This would be like a project, a book, paintings. I would always do something and never finish it. School, for example, like I finished my social work degree, but paralegal, I was almost done, and then something happened with the program, And then I had to wait a couple years and then go back. But then I decided, you know, that's a waste of time. So I didn't finish that. So it just like I've always noticed that I start things and then I don't finish things. So I'm practicing consistency. I'm actually practicing gratitude. And oh, you're a paralegal. Oh, good for you. Good for you. That was almost my path. Just because I love to argue. See, I could have been a lawyer. Like, I just recognized that there were so many pathways for myself, and if I never took them, obviously I didn't take them for a reason, but I recognized that I also lacked motivation. And wow, I'm being extremely candid right now. I lacked motivation. And so I'm trying to find things that motivate me. And my problem was that I always found motivation in other things or in other people. And then I started to recognize that, okay, well, I should be my motivation. Me, not anybody else, but me. So I'm practicing that daily, motivation, getting up in the morning, being grateful to myself, for me, my family, my friends. I used to pray every day, so now I'm starting to pray again every day. It's just little things. I battled with depression, so I'm starting to get out of that, but I always kind of slip and fall into it. It happens. I started to recognize a pattern where my depression kicks in, so recognizing that pattern was just enough for me. It was a really big epiphany where I recognized what triggered my abundance. Okay, thanks, Spirit. Abundance. What triggered my depression. So this shadow work was really a mirror to my face. It really showed me who I really was and what I did and what I didn't do. Not to put me down, but just to really show me just honesty, being really honest with myself. And I think that's just what I needed. And it's really a humbling experience, and I'm really, really grateful for it. So, yeah, that was that. That was that shadow work. I healed the little girl inside of myself when I was 5. Now every time I remember that memory, she flies away from that incident, and I don't remember it in that way anymore. I just remember flying because I rewrote that memory. So a lot of things just started to shift for me. And when I woke up today, I felt amazing because my 1331 cycle finished. And now this is my new cycle that I just begun. Yeah, dark night of my soul. Yeah. So we can cheers to that. And then we'll get into a reading. Am I still having baby souls come to me? They haven't come to me in a while. They haven't. No. I'll take another sip. You get your wine, girl. I haven't gotten baby souls in a while. But do you know how many people I know have gotten show hands, how many people have seen new babies come in during this pandemic? I know so many people that got pregnant, that are having babies during this pandemic. Like, it's crazy how many people. I'm gonna count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I know 8. Maybe even a little bit more. I know 8 people. I think 10. 10, yeah. 10 people I know, from like work to my friends to like my high school friends that I have on my Instagram that we just like are very friendly with. It seems to me like they are mostly boys. Interesting. Oh, I'd have to look at that. I don't know that at the top of my head. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you. Oh, okay, some minutes on God abortions. I just had a dream about a baby last night. Oh, what was your dream if you want to share? Oh, your sister had one on December 9th. That's so sweet. Congratulations to your sister, Eve. Yeah, someone said yeah, I heard that too. That there was a video. Thank you, Karmic Cycle. Thank you, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Someone posted a couple videos where there was a pandemic baby that was born and they could like hold up their neck, they can get up, like sit up and hold their head. Like they're strong. And I was like, oh wow, okay. There's just that 2 videos that I've seen where the baby was like holding their head up. I don't know if that's like a big thing in the baby world. I don't know. I know their necks are really like, they're not strong yet, but apparently. So I'm gonna get into, I feel the mandalas coming soon. Probably gonna do one tomorrow. I've been feeling the mandalas calming for a minute. I'm gonna do the mandalas, and I'm gonna do those dailies. 21st, honey, it's not my 21st, but thanks. Do I look 21? Thank you, it's just the nicest compliment ever. I'm 32. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna start those dailies again, because I really enjoyed those. We're gonna use runes, talk about your finances and career and things of that nature, so those were really fun. I'm gonna get back into that. Okay, let's do a collective read, hashtag read for myself, but not really, because I can't read for me. In the dream, I was getting up to check on a baby in his or her crib. Not sure if it was mine, but felt responsible for them. Yes, yeah, so that's a very, not a daily live. I do like those daily readings. I don't know if I've been through my Saturn return. How do you calculate that? So if you dream of a baby and you feel responsible for them, that means that a baby's soul is choosing you to be their like parent, so to speak, or if you're a mom, their vessel. Is the way I interpret that, but anyone can interpret that differently. But the way I interpret that is that the baby's choosing you to care for them. They want to come into the earth. Okay, let's get a rune. You have your line now? Okay. Let's pick a collective energy. Saturn returns usually between 25 and 30, and again 25 to 30 years later. Oh, so my Saturn return, I don't know. I think I already had mine then, but I didn't know. I'm 32, so I probably passed my Saturn return. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hey, Bonbon. Hey, Bonbon. Give her a little pet. A dark time crisis. Yeah, I've heard of that. I had mine this time. So maybe this time was my dark time crisis. Ooh, year, harvest. Yes, December, it's number 12. I feel like, thank you. I feel like they're talking about my birthday here. Look at the shadows. I just realized that. Thanks, Spirit. I said I didn't want to read for me on my birthday. And they're talking about shadows. My shadow work on my birthday year. Thank you. Is Russell here? Russell! You just missed me crying. Aw, thank you. A cake. I had cupcakes. I had 2 cupcakes. I'm gonna eat a 3rd one. So I was pulling some runes. I said I can't really pick up on my own energy, so I'd like to do a collective energy. But they actually brought out my energy here with shadows and year harvest, number 12, which is the month of December. All right, I'm gonna put that back. That's my energy. Thanks, Spirit. And being unbound. Oh, look, I think I got chocolate on there. I was eating chocolates earlier. This is becoming very personalized. Oh, okay. I'm gonna shuffle again. This kind of flew out, but it's a cosmic doubt ulcer, the present gateway, and being unbound. This card again. All right, let's get the collective. I don't want to read for me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your miscarriage, Emily. Wow, you met a friend who had a miscarriage at the same time. All right. Ooh, the wheel shield. I love that wheel shield. Number 36. Okay, let's pick up for the collective. Not me. I already know what I went through. All right. Future and generosity gifts. I know that you could read this as, oh, there's a lot of gifts coming in your future. I mean, it's like pretty obvious. But what I'm seeing here is this is the collective, your gifts, your talents, your skills, honing in on your skills. There's something about this wheel shield that I see. It's kind of like it's spinning. I'm seeing this spinning. I'm seeing this move as if something is activated. And what this is doing is it's activating your gifts that you are going to be using in your future or take you towards your future. I'm seeing this as like mobility, like some kind of mobile device, something that creates movement. It's a force. It's some kind of wind frequency, air frequency. I'm feeling as if I want to say you owe yourself the future, not the past. Okay, I'm probably going to resonate with this later. But does that make sense? You owe yourself, it's almost like you owe yourself the gift of the future. You owe yourself the gift of the future. So there's this energy here that you are turning on. I feel like you're the one turning this on. You're triggering this energy to get moving. You owe yourself the future. That's the gift that it's like you're giving yourself a gift. That's what you owe yourself. It's interesting because that's what this is about me too, isn't it? Oh, Spirit. Spirit. No, I don't want to read for me too. But that's my shadow work was a gift to me. Like I said, there were so many things that brought towards, give me so much gratitude. I'm now practicing gratitude. I'm in that frequency of gratitude. Is your Saturn in Capricorn? I think so. I have 5 or 4 planets in Capricorn. I don't know. I just did my, I think Russ might know. Say what again, Miss Lotus? My shadow work was the gift to me. Thank you, Troy. All right, let's get some more runes and we'll get into the Akashic Tarot. It's a gift. We're gifting ourselves right now. This is a time of gift giving, right? Like we're in the holiday season, but don't forget to give gifts to yourself. Oh, and the future thing, what did I say about the future? You owe yourself the gift of the future. I think that's what I said. Yeah, I have a Capricorn stellium. I'm starting to embrace my Capricorn stellium. after I kind of digested that with Russell, I'm starting to really embrace my Capricorn energy, the true Capricorn energy. Oh yeah, write that down, girl. Okay, any more runes? Thank you. Thank you, Chrissy. Thank you so much. Ooh, I love seeing the knob. This is always a knob for me. The whirlpool, turning in another direction. It's interesting because I'm seeing, they just went like this to me, turning it counterclockwise. And then they showed me a rotation, like a, what's that called? A switch, turning the rotation clockwise from the past. Look at this. Look at how it came out. The past, look at this, past and the future. I didn't even realize that these two were here until they showed me it's no longer moving counterclockwise. This force, yeah, is cranking this knob clockwise, and it's moving you into the future. No more of the past. Wow. I love that. That's so beautiful. You know what's so crazy? Is that the Sagittarius reading that came out a few times, and I was talking about it live, and I was mentioning how it's probably going to resonate with me later, and long and behold, it does. Now, a few months later, I was talking about the door to the past. How the door to the past was still open, and the door to the future is open, and you're kind of like, I can see the door to the past, I can see the door to the future, but you're kind of like, I don't know. I don't know what to choose. I don't know where to go. The past is always going to be there. I feel like I'm in this weird energy right now where I feel like time is being really funny right now too. Where I feel like everything is one, right? Like we always say, like the past, the present, and the future, it's all one energy. I feel like we're going to be experiencing time for what it really is. And I don't know what that means, but my intuition keeps wanting me to say that out loud. You're going to be experiencing time for what it really is. You're going to be experiencing time for what it really is. And I don't know if this is like we're time walking, or we're going to be walking through our past, walking through our present moment, walking through our future, and just moving really fluidly back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But it's almost like we're going to be more aware of where we are choosing to stand. I want to say that because Russell did a reading for me, and he said, you mentioned, Russell, something about the soul prints, and I kept imagining myself standing in a certain place, and I really wanted to be there. So I feel like we have a choice here, right? And what did they say earlier? What do you want to gift yourself with? Do you want to gift yourself with more energies of the past, or do you want to gift yourself with more energies of the future? Because this is your choice. This is your choice. So I feel like we're going to be experiencing time for what it really is, moving more fluidly between these times, but choosing more aware and heightened sense of awareness of where we want to stand, what energy we want to stand in. And I want to hold up this rune as I say that. What's this one? Heartache. Oh, thanks, Spirit. What I was talking about earlier about what triggered me was the heartache. Healing, it's letter H for healer, healing the heartache. But what I'm getting this is like, where do you really want to focus? Where do you want to focus your energy? Do you want to focus your energy on the past? Do you want to focus your energy on the future? Where do you want to focus your energy? What energy do you want in your present moment? Okay, what energy do you want here, right now? Because I feel like, to me, I know we talk a lot about the future. We always talk about the future. We always talk about the future. I've been thinking a lot of like, does the future really ever come? Or are we always just experiencing this now moment? Does that make sense, or am I just being weird? Like, do you know what I mean? Because I felt like I was in a time loop in my shadow work. Like, I literally felt every day was the same thing for me. Every day, same thing, same thing. I did the same thing every day. And I felt like I was stuck in a time loop. And then Spirit kind of brought this thought into my brain, and they were like, choose where you want to stand. Choose where you want to heal. Choose what you want to heal. And I kind of felt like, okay, I'll give you this example. Yeah, like tomorrow is today, exactly. Have you ever been a person that says, oh, I'll do it tomorrow? I'll do this tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'll get to this next week. Right? I actually used to be that person. If I wanted to exercise, this is like, I don't exercise, but I know I should. I have to for my biome. And I'm going to talk about that in a little bit too. Because Russ brought this to my attention in a very beautiful readings that he did for me. I always used to be the kind of person that, no, I'm not calling you out, I'm calling me out. Oh, I never work out. I really don't. I have to. I'm always the type of person that says, I'll work out tomorrow. I'll eat better tomorrow. Always. And in my shadow work, they brought that to my face and they were like, you do this. And I was like, yeah, I do. And so that's when this like thought came to my head where I was thinking, oh my God, the future never comes. It's always today. The future never comes. It's always today. It's always today. And it made me more aware of my moment, of like what's actually around me. And I felt like I started to really embrace the magician energy, because I feel like the magician energy is really in the present moment. And then like I kept seeing the magician card pop into my head, like nonstop, the magician, the magician, the magician. Because a magician manipulates things around them in the now moment. And I was like, okay, I have to step into the magician frequency if I want to change my today. So I want to tap into this magician energy a little bit more. I feel like we don't talk about the magician a lot. We always kind of say, oh yeah, it's a magic manifestor frequency, but have we really like understood that magician energy? Because I have so many questions. I have so many questions. I have a lot of questions about the magician. So I'm really trying to step into the magician energy and look around me and decide what needs to be adjusted right then and there, so that my today can be exactly what I want it to be. So the magician is a very aware energy to me. Thank you, Karen. Karen, you're so sweet. Thank you so much, Karen. I love you very, very much. You pulled the magician at the beginning of my stream. Oh, you resonate with that? I read your comment earlier, April. Yeah, I feel like this is the collective. I feel like we're all shifting into this mindset of really embracing the magician energy of ourselves. And I feel like that's where they're showing us the past and the present, or the past and the future. Because we truly have the gifts to change this. And it's interesting because I rewrote my memory of the past of that trauma that I endured when I was 5. I rewrote that past memory. Right? Yeah, it's like our inner shaman. It's an interesting energy. Thank you, Lynn. I just saw your PayPal come through. Thank you so much. Okay, last one. Knave, blood scented. Oh, this is kanafa. So this actually reminds me of an Arabic word, and I never told you this, Russ, but kanafa is an Arabic sweet, and it's actually one of my favorite sweets. It's honey with cheese, and it's like a crusted phyllo, not phyllo, but like shredded, like they look like noodles on the top, and it's really crispy, and it's called kanafa. It's one of my favorite treats in the Mid East. Okay, so this is blood scented. Yeah, see the past differently and rewrite the future. Yeah, I feel like that's what it did for me when I rewrote my past, or when I changed my past. I immediately, it was almost like instantaneous, where my future automatically changed. It was like, you know what this feels like now that I'm holding on to this, and thank you so much, Sky Beauty. And you said that, Russ, and I'm holding this rune. I was imagining a string from, so this, I feel like this string is from the past. So I'm seeing it like this. Bear with me. Yeah, it's kind of like baklava, but baklava doesn't have cheese. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this thread connected to the past, and I'm seeing like this blood scent. I'm seeing like, I've been seeing a lot of blood lately, but not in like the grotesque way. Someone actually wrote such a weird comment in the Pisces one, saying that I'm like confusing. But when I was talking about blood, I feel like when I changed the past, when I changed that memory, it almost like was a thread, and it triggered something about my blood, something about me, like something, when I talk about blood, I mean like something very personal, like something embedded in me, DNA, memory, subconscious. I've also been seeing blood as interdimensional, and I don't know what that means either, because I know that blood is physical, but I'm seeing it as interdimensional because it's DNA. It has prints. It has DNA prints that are not physical, if that makes sense. So I actually saw like my blood on this thread, and because I changed that memory in the past, it rewrote, as Russell said, it rewrote. Oh, I held it like this. It rewrote my future. Like automatically. It rewrote my future. So something triggered from me rewriting my past. It automatically changed my future. And I feel like a new path opened up. One that I could not have access before if I didn't change the past. So now that I changed the past, there's a new path for me. And that's why I woke up today and I was just like, 1331 cycle is done. It's over. So I feel like a lot of people might resonate with that. The old thread returning to the void to create something new. I had that in a reading the other day. Oh, beautiful. Okay, we're going to go into the Akashic Tarot. Let me take a sip of my wine though. I'm parched. Oh, good. That's good. Yeah, it's like a personal codex. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Happy birthday, beginning hope. Yeah. That's exactly what it feels like. I'm just really, what I'm really excited about is a change in my voice. I'm very much aware of when it goes high and then when it goes low. Like, I'm very much aware of it now, and I'm very excited of that change. I really am, because it's that maturity that is growing within me. It's those energies that are maturing. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you for being here. And it's interesting because I used to get so triggered when people would comment on my voice. I would feel so bad. I would feel angry. I would feel upset. But now when now rarely people comment about it, but when they do, I don't get mad. I don't get triggered anymore. So, lots of changes. Lots of changes. Okay. Oh, look at the baby. She's so cute. I love her. My angel. Are you a guardian angel? Are you a guardian? She's so sweet. Okay. Let's go into the Akashic. Sorry, let me do that again. That was me. My bad shuffling. I haven't shuffled cards in so long. So I'm just like, what is this? Thanks, Troy. Not everybody. People really hated my voice. Oh, this came out in the Aries reading. Okay, maybe we can talk about this together. Ooh, the chess game. The game of chess. It's a very complicated game. I don't know how to play chess. Does anyone know how to play chess in here? And you have here the 5 and the 6 of keys. Winged messengers at the bottom of that. So what I love about this one, and I'm going to talk about this one first. The 5 of keys, there are actually 2 keys on the table. The chains, the key chains are interlocked. They're interlocked. And one is like gold white-ish, and the other one is like brown blackish. Right there, as you can see them. There's 2 sets of keys on the table. And it bugs me so much that there's 2 sets of keys on the table. What's the other one for? Why is there 2 sets of keys? Wishes fulfilled. The wishes fulfilled card. This is what your tomorrow today can hold, is an energy that I'm getting with this. Because I want to say this is what your future holds, but what I really want to say with what we were just talking about is this is what your tomorrow today can hold. This is what one day you will see at your table. Your today, one day, your today is going to look like this. Wishes fulfilled. And, oh, Russ, you were talking about Jupiter returning in Pisces. Returning dreams, returning wishes, returns, right? Returns. This is abundance. And remember, abundance is whatever it is that you make it. Abundance is whatever it is that you need. It doesn't have to be material. And I was saying this to myself earlier today, where my abundance right now is feeling damn good. That's my abundance right now. Because I was feeling so shit. I was so depressed. I was so sad. I was so low. And I woke up today and I was just like, man, I feel so good. My 1331 cycle is done. This is my abundance. Sometimes abundance is a feeling. I feel like this right now. Like, that's what my insides look like. Wine, food, and keys. Because the keys are inside. Right? Oh, the 29th of December. I was thinking earlier today how a bear decades decides long wish is coming true. How a bear decades long wish is coming true. Did I read that right? Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So wishes fulfilled. The 2 keys are interesting. The 2 keys bug me because I'm still trying to figure out why is there 2 keys and why are they interlocked. I don't know if one is like cosmic and one is like internal. I don't know if both are internal, but they're like cosmic keys, like the Hierophant card. But usually the Hierophant carries just one key. Why are there two sets of keys with many keys? Is that how much of the wishes that we are unlocking? Are we just unlocking multiple wishes, multiple doors, multiple windows? You know what it reminds me of? That tower in the Santa Muerte. In the Santa Muerte deck, how there are doors on the floor, doors on the ceiling. It's like everything and anything can be accessible to you, even though it may look impossible to open a door on the floor. To open a door that is angled in the corner, and you're like, a door in the corner is not supposed to be there. A door on the floor is not supposed to be there. But what if it is? What if your door is on the floor? What if you have a non-regular door? Like, I literally think of like the craziest things. And I've been picking this up where a lot of the collective wants like this energy of like wanting to do impossible things and doing the impossible, making the impossible possible, making it happen. And I was reading something the other day, and it came up in the Aries reading, where there are miracles occurring. Okay, but we're not sitting around waiting for miracles to occur. Do you see what I'm saying? And then I want to talk about that with this card. There's a window of opportunity here that is open, an crescent moon, this new energy, this miracle that is occurring for you, that is opening up, right? It's very cosmic. It's like the moon, the light of the moon. It's like this cosmic energy, something that is looking over you, something that is watching over you, something that is protecting you, something that is guiding you. Yeah, no more locked doors. Devante, that's amazing. I love that. So there is a miracle here, but you're not waiting for the miracle to occur. You're working. You're sculpting. You're building. You're designing. You're creating. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some people don't recognize a miracle when it's occurring. Do you know how many people think that miracles are this like large thing that falls out of the sky and just changes their life in an instant, and they become millionaires and they drive this fancy car, or they get the person of their dreams? Sometimes, 9 times out of 10, miracles don't happen like that. Yes, Patrick, the impossible made inevitable. And I feel like we're the key, and I think that's why there are so many keys right now on the table. It's like we're recognizing that we're actually the keys for miracles. We're the keys for the inevitability in our lives. We are the key because we're sitting there and we're working and we're designing, we're creating, we're becoming the magician energy. Isn't that a miracle right there? Hi, Vessie. Hi, honey. Does that make sense? And then you have the chess game, and I don't really want to talk about this. The chess game. As soon as I looked at this, I heard, how do you take defeat? That's literally what I heard when I looked at this. Because this fell. What is that? What are the pieces called? This piece fell. I don't play chess, sorry. Is it really? Oh, that's so funny. I've heard that before. Whenever I say, does that make sense, is always when it makes sense the most. Thank you. What did I say in the mandala? The samurai swords? Was that the samurai sword mandala, the impossible made possible? I don't remember. There was a Rumi card that says the impossible made possible. I'm too lazy to go up and get it. So I'm pretty sure I did more than one reading about that, because it did. I think it did come up in the Samurai Sword one too. Yeah, someone wrote me in the Pisces reading, and they were like, I think you're the most confusing reader I've ever found. And I was like, okay. I'm like, sorry. If you don't understand, it's okay. It's not meant for you to understand. The chess game. So how do you take defeat? Every time I look at this, that's all I hear. So, how do you take defeat? Okay, let's try to answer that. How do you guys take defeat? What is defeat to you? Is it an opportunity to play it again? I'm very competitive, and people are usually really shocked by this. I used to play soccer, and I was so competitive. I hated to lose. I really took loss and defeat really hard when I was younger. But when I got older, I actually didn't mind getting defeated. I didn't mind getting defeated. Let me read some of you guys. Just a lesson to get better. You corner the king and have no moves. I stand up, dust myself off, and try again. Yes, no defeat, just lessons. Yes. It's an opportunity. So I'm seeing the Hanged Man. I'm seeing the Hanged Man here. It's like the Hanged Man fell. The Hanged Man tried to get down from the tree and the Hanged Man fell. But the Hanged Man can get up and start walking. I'm seeing this, yes, wisdom. Exactly. How do you take defeat? What is defeat to you? Wisdom. I love that, April. Are you competitive, Russell? That you try not to play games? Okay, so when you come to Canada, I'm going to bring a whole bunch of board games and then we can play. What was I saying about this? Let me pull some tarot on it. I'm seeing the Hanged Man. It's your perspective of what is loss, what is defeat, what is a game, how do you play a game, are you fair, are you... It's looking at your competitive nature, because we all have that competitive nature. I think being competitive is a good thing. I don't see it as a bad thing. In some way. When you lose at something, you still feel like it's a game, because I learned, yeah, it's still a game. Yeah, see, it's your perspective. It's the Hanged Man energy. Yeah, if you're enjoying playing the game, does it matter? Yeah, no. Oh, you nailed it. Knack. When your ego is outdated, we experience defeat. I think Knack nailed it. All of you guys nailed it. That just zing in my head. Something about the ego. And I've also, like, through my shadow work, I've actually become very grateful of my ego. When people say ego death, something bothers me about that. It's not, I don't know if it's my ego that's like, we're not dying, like, you're not killing us, like, excuse me. I don't know, there's something about saying ego death. It's just really harsh. Like, why would I want to kill an aspect of myself off? You know what I mean? Like, we have an ego for a reason. You know? Thank you, McKelby. So, it's just like the shadow. We don't get rid of our shadow. We enhance our shadow. We ascend our shadow. We also ascend our ego. So I think there's an ego message in here. Yeah, the ego never dies. The self just adjusts it. I think we need to adjust this whole spiritual lingo. I don't like saying ego death. What would you guys say? Ego adjustment? Ego adjustment. Something like that. I really don't like ego death. I never liked it. Okay, let's pull some tarot on that. Integration. Oh, that's beautiful, Dion. The ego can grow, become wiser, patient. Oh, as you said that, Kristen, look what came out. 7 of Pentacles. Oh. There's something about the ego here that took time. There's something about the ego here that took time. It's interesting because it's almost like we've been so focused on our spiritual self, our shadow. It's like, what happened to the ego? What happened to the ego? It's like we're paying attention now to the ego. Maybe the ego is here playing a really important role in this game of life. We can look at this chess game as a game of life, so to speak. So maybe you're understanding the role of the ego in a more enhanced, adjusted way. So it's like you're paying attention to something else. You're giving your ego more attention. I like that. That makes a lot of sense to me. I resonate with that. Like nuptial renewal with the ego and self. Yes, yeah. It's like this entire time of your ascension, your awakening, where was the ego in all of this? Because you were told the ego had to die. You were told the ego had to be put on the back burner. You were told that the ego was not good or all this stuff. You were told all this stuff, right? I mean, at least I was. And that didn't sit well with me. It's like the ego was beneath the surface, brewing, seeding, creating roots, new roots, depth. And there's a rebirth of the ego here. 4 of Wands. I feel a lot of joy, like rejoicing, playing, playful, having fun. There's something about the tent. I've always looked at this and I'm like, why is the tent so far away? Why do they even have a tent here? It's like they're at some kind of event. But I always see the tent as this very like spiritual, this spiritual place. I don't know, there's some, it's almost like, I feel like I'm seeing this card differently. It's like entering, it's like we're entering the 4 of Wands. Oh, you know what? I have to get this deck. Hold on a second. Look at that. Yeah, we're entering. See, this is the ego ascension. I agree with you, Troy. But see, like, even to keep the ego in check, you're keeping it limited. It's like, I don't know, like, even that, like, check your ego, like, check it. It's like, it's almost like telling your shadow to stop. Check your shadow. Go check your shadow. It's like, no, grow your shadow. Heal your shadow. Grow your ego. Heal your ego. Allow things to rise. Because if you're constantly checking things, I feel like it's kind of like you're slapping it. Like, stop. Like, be quiet. Don't do that. You're wrong. It's almost like you're telling, I don't know. It feels kind of abusive, I don't know, to me when you say, like, check it. Check something. Check your language, check your ego. It's like so harsh. Let me get something. Just my opinion. Okay, so I've been using the Dreams of Tarot. So there's something about the 4 of Wands where we're entering the 4 of Wands. which is like entering a beginning, right? But we're talking about like doorways to the future, doorways to the past. Yeah, ego death is a buzzword. It really is. You had your ego death a year back. I'm so advanced. No, you're not. Yeah, why mention it if you've grown and learned? It is patronizing, yes. Thank you, Di. Thank you, honey. Okay, so the Four of Wands is what we were talking about earlier of where do you want to stand? Do you want to stand outside of your beginning, outside of this doorway, outside of your future? Do you want to stand outside of the past? Do you want to stand in the past? Do you want to stand in your future? Do you want to stand in your present moment? Like, where do you want to stand? So I feel like you're kind of flowing with the energies and deciding where do you want to stand in your now moment? What energy do you want to embody here, right now? Do you want to embody more energies of the past, or do you want to keep and what am I saying? Endure? Why did I just go blank? Let me get this card. I feel like they're like, get the card. 1 second. You're really, like, we're flowing through time here. What energy do you want? Right here, right now. Your past or your future? Oh, look at the Magician. Let me get the Four of Wands. Because I feel like, and Russell taught me, we don't pass through doors. Doorways wash over us. Okay? So I feel like, oh, that's what I'm seeing. Wow, whenever I hold it up, the tent looks really far. When I put it close, when I turn it this way, the tent looks really close. Oh, that's weird. That is so weird. Okay. The more you dance in a frequency that you want to embody. Oh, that's the word that left my mind. The more you dance in the energy that you embody, the past, the future, whatever energy you want to embody, the gate comes to you. Either the gate from the past or the gate of the future. The door. What are you flowing in? So really important to be really mindful of what energy you're flowing in right now. Are you flowing in energies of the past, or are you flowing in energies of the future? Because that's exactly the door that is approaching and coming to you, this gate. And it's going to wash over you. What are you going to be washed over with? It's going to be right at the end, isn't it? Here it is. Look at the Four of Wands in this deck. How gorgeous is that? This is what I'm saying. So this is the Four of Wands here, and that's the Four of Wands in this deck. Do you see what I'm saying? What rhythm are you dancing to? Dr. Joe Dispenza, that's all I can say about resetting yourself. I don't follow Dr. Joe Dispenza. There's something about him that doesn't resonate with my soul. That's all I'm going to say about that. Oh, she's sleeping. Oh, little baby. Look, more of this rhythm, more of this dancing energy. More of this dancing frequency. What are you dancing to? What rhythm are you beating to? What is it? I can tell you that yesterday and in my entire time of the shadow, I was dancing to the rhythm of my past. And so I perpetuated my past over and over and over and over again. In every situation, in every scenario in my life, it was always past energy. Today, I'm dancing to the rhythm of my future, and that is the gift that I'm giving myself. Right? Those runes in the beginning. So that is the gate that is coming to me. The future energies are passing through the gate, and they are going to wash over you if that is how you are flowing right now. And who's carrying these energies? The Chariot. Yeah, look at her. She's so cute. I fall in love with her every day. Like, multiple times a day. I just look at her and I just fall in love with her more. She's the cutest little baby. Mama, people love you. You're so sweet. She loves readings. Alright. Yes, it's all about the now. Alright, let's get another card. And then we can just chit chat. Thank you, Nope Nada. Alright, let's get a final card, Spirit. Ooh, they had to bring her out. Hey, look. Queen of Wands, Sagittarius. Oh, the Sun. Oh, the Four of Swords. That's me right now. That's me right now. Look at this. High Priestess with the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, Ego 2.0. Thank you, Elaine. Thank you, honey. So it's interesting because I was talking about this on Rob's live. I joined Rob's live when he was talking about the shadow. And I had to call in because it was just like everything that I was going through and I just had to talk. And I was saying something about my intuition. That I feel like, and I feel like a lot of the collective is doing this too. And this goes back to what I was talking about earlier about that reader that I still can't, for the life of me, can't think of her name, but I thank her so much, and I will put her in the description box. I shouted her out before, but she talks about love and light is not enough. It's just not. You have to embrace your darkness. And again, darkness is not evil. Dark matter consciousness is consciousness. And you can even see here, even the High Priestess embodies light and dark. Even the Magician embodies light and dark. It is everything. And I was saying to Rob that I felt my intuition enhancing because I was so focused on the light that I feel like the way I've been seeing intuition is on a spectrum. Or this, on a spectrum. Let's do this, because the High Priestess is this way, okay? On a spectrum, okay? And yeah, shadow worker, not light worker. Yeah, I feel like I feel like I'm a shadow worker. I feel like I'm a dark worker. And I return light, in a sense. Like hell. It's something that I'm embodying. It's like what Russell has been teaching me, that Capricorn energy, like really embracing that Capricorn energy. Okay? So I've been seeing intuition as on a spectrum. Okay, and for me, just speaking about me, because it's just my experience, but see if you guys resonate with this too, is I was only tapped into the light, and so my intuition only went up like this. That's it. Okay? And when I started to do a little bit of shadow work, my intuition started to go on the other end of the spectrum. A little bit. Just a little bit. When I did this shadow work, now I feel like I can tap into the full spectrum of my intuition. And that is what this High Priestess is telling me. the High Priestess within myself. Because I've always seen the High Priestess, like I know the High Priestess is this archetype energy, but I feel like sometimes I can see a being behind the veil. Like if I'm doing too much or if I'm saying too much, like my spirit team will kind of come in and be like, no, don't talk about that, you know? But lately I've been trying to pull out, and I feel like that's what we're doing here. We're kind of like pulling down, or maybe we're, you know, maybe this is like an inverted energy where we're pulling up. Okay, however you want to look at this. Either we're pulling it down or we're pulling it from the root, from the shadows. Our intuition. That's the way I see this. Where are you pulling your intuition energy from? And you're being guided to yank the High Priestess out. Like literally yank the High Priestess out from within yourself. Let your High Priestess come out. Just like that magician energy that we talked about earlier. We're all stepping into the magician energy of that conscious awareness of our now moment. It's time to pull out your High Priestess. Really tap into your intuition. And I think it was a gate reading that I did where I felt like there was new intuition coming. There was new intuition coming, and I didn't recognize that was now, where a lot of us are tapping into this new intuition, and the new intuition was just more of the spectrum. And look at this. That ties back to the first rune that came out. Gift. Your intuition is your gift. You're pulling more of your gifts out. Yank them out. You may yank some shadows in the process. I feel like that's what I did. But let the shadows come out. If you yank your High Priestess out, if you yank your intuition out, you might yank some shadows too. But that's okay. Let them come. That's what I have. So it was kind of like a me / collective reading. Alright. I'm done. We'll just drink more wine. But that resonated with me a lot. That really helped me understand what I was going through. Where? Oh yes, the 2 and the 9. Yes, thank you. This is a 2, that's a 9, 29, and we talked about the 29th, Jupiter and Pisces, which is fulfilled. Yeah, removing built up plaque. Yeah. Yeah. And this is a perfect time to do that, right? This is a perfect time as we wrap up this year. I feel like we haven't had a 2021. I feel like we really didn't have a 2021. It felt like a blur. It felt like a month. It felt like yesterday people were, you know, telling us to go into lockdown, and it does not feel like we've been in this for 2 years, right? Oh my god, 2020. What does PBT reading mean? Really? 2021 went like this. It was hard. 2021 was hard, but I didn't feel like it was long at all. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. I don't know who else felt like that too. I'm gonna get some food. It was yeah, timeless blur. It went so fast. I didn't know what happened. One day I turned 31, the next day I'm 32. I'm like, oh, lucky. What happened? I feel like 2022 is going to be a little bit more slow. I feel like it's gonna be slow. Oh my god, she's so cute. I do this to her all the time. I'm like doing something and then I'm just like, oh my god, she's so cute. I feel like 2022 is going to be a lot slower. I'm 32. Turning 32. Well, I just turned 32. I don't know. So what number is 2022? 6? 246? Yeah, it was a really fast year. It does. 2022 feels like a big year. I've been seeing 222 a lot. Yeah, me too, Troy. I really do. I really do. I don't wish that things go back to normal because I feel like it's going to be a new normalcy that we're all going to find, that we're all going to create. I feel like that's why a lot of people are in this magician energy, because we need to create a new normal. So what is your new normal? And I think that's something that I'm trying to find in my life too. What is my new normal now that I shut my 1331 cycle? Now that I close the door to my past? Now that I'm really stepping forward into my new moment and I'm gifting myself with future energies? What does my new normal look like? Because my normal was not conducive to my growth. It didn't help me. A lot, as I talked about in So Candid in the beginning. So I feel like I'm creating a new normal for myself, and so I feel like collectively on a really big scale, I feel like everyone is trying to find that equilibrium, that balance. It's a number 6. And what does your new normal look like? So I'm interested to see that. I'm interested to see what that looks like on a bigger collective scale. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on my new normal because I got to create that now. And I'm excited. I'm excited for that. So thank you for being here. You shift your normalities all the time through growth. Yeah, it does sound chaotic. I like chaos too. Yeah, you outgrew your normal and it becomes unnatural. Yeah, I like that. I really like that, Kathy. Yeah, my new normal is both shiny and darkly powerful. Mic drop. I love it. I love that. So I'm gonna get some food, drink my wine. I only have this much left. I had this yesterday. So I'm gonna order some food, drink the rest of my wine. I have some more work to do. I was kind of like not really working today. Well, I was, but not really, because it was my birthday. I'm rewatching the show Supernatural. I am seeing it in a different light. Some things resonate with me on there, a lot of things don't. But because they're just so literal. But there is some symbolism in the show. Plus the guys are just so cute in there. So I've been watching it. It's like I'm gonna finish the entire like there's 15 seasons. I restarted it. I'm on season 4. And then The Witcher comes out in a few days. If you guys are Witcher fans, if not, please watch season 1, because in a few days, on the 17th, on Fridays, season 2 comes out. Trust me, you will love it. It's very magical. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. All my love to you. Thank you so much for your care, your kindness, your love, and your birthday wishes. Thank you for being here for me. Bye. Oh, Bunny's here. She's saying bye. Okay, bye, Mama. You want to say hi to everybody and goodbye? Oh, look at the face. Look at your face. Look at her. She's so beautiful. All right, guys. Love you. Bye.